We're back with MCP Connects, and today we travel to the Golden State to meet up with our friend Andy Grammer. Andy talks about the power of being in service to others and how music is connection. He also dedicates and plays one of his signature songs to our rock stars and hospitals around the world. Here we go!
I will fight for you. I always do until my heart is black and blue.
Joining us from his studio in LA, we have multi-platinum singer-songwriter Andy Grammer. Andy, how are you?
How are you? So good to see you again, my friend. How you been?
Man. Oh, likewise. Yes, been very, very, very well. You know, making the absolute best of the time that we have and rolling with it. How about you? How have things been? How are you feeling?
Man, I'm doing pretty good. You know, in the beginning, it took a second because I'm someone that plays a lot of music in front of a lot of people, and I can't do any of that right now.
Yeah.
So I kind of I got rocked initially, whoa, how is this going to work? But then you figure it out, you know? I've spent a ton of time at home with my little girls, which is really sweet.
Yeah.
Having a lot of fun in situations like this. A lot of online conversations, doing some online songwriting. I've been really enjoying the difference, for a little bit here. It's starting to really click in as a new, interesting way of being.
Yeah, good. So it's kind of feeding something that probably has been, not dormant, but just has been shoved to the back. You've been busy, you've been touring, You've been creating, you've been writing, you've been...
Yeah, totally.
So...
a lot of what I do is travel. So when you take that all the way off the table, it's interesting what you can fill your time with. And I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah. Well, man, talk to me. I know you recently had a baby, so you've not been idle. Y'all have been busy over there. You had a baby.
Yeah, I got a 3-year-old and I got a 5-month-old, and so it's pretty intense in my house right now.
Yeah.
But that's actually really sweet. Yeah. What a gift to be forced to be home every morning. I'm with them, every night I'm with them, and it's really, just family's the best.
So how's it been though it's such a different energy, right? I mean, when you're out, you're touring, you're on the road, you're meeting all these people, entertaining, but there's an exchange that happens, Now your exchange is different, obviously. It's got to be amazing to be able to have the time to just invest and have that exchange with your kids and with your wife and home. But how does that affect you,
Initially, it was a little bit difficult, but now we're kind of finding a rhythm to it. And Andy being home all the time, that version of me, I like it a lot. I really do like it. It's hard to get into a rhythm when you're leaving every couple days. Even just help with taking out the trash or washing it, doing the laundry, stuff like that. It's hard to get any sort of vibe to actually be of service or help with it when you're just gone all the time.
Yeah.
So I've gotten a lot more understanding and appreciation for the little things that are being done around me. I'm trying to pitch in as much as I can. And then, being dad. Also just songwriting's been really cool. I've been doing this thing on TikTok where I've been leaving open. I'll make a music bed for people and then let them write a song on top of it. And they're incredible. And I hadn't done any of that before. So actually songwriting over the internet is kind of awesome. And there's a lot of fun things we're finding.
What a cool way to engage with fans, but just creators as well, right? Give them, it's almost like a prompt, right? Hey, ring, now what do you do with this? And then see how that exchange happens, because that's not something you get to do out on the road, huh?
Totally. It's awesome.
Yeah. So have you found that the time has been able to kind of nourish and replenish, and then has that made you more creative, or is there a lot on your mind that's made creativity difficult?
Yeah, I think it comes in waves. I think sometimes there's so much going on that's negative that you got to be mindful that it's not a normal time. That it's historically difficult. So sometimes when you're confused and you're like, man, why is this so hard right now? It's no, you're allowed to feel that. That's okay.
Yeah.
So you got to take a break. It's like waves. It comes in waves of feeling like everything's going to be okay, and then kind of holding while it's difficult and pushing forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. The other thing I wonder is you're very intentional about bringing positivity, right? And goodness. And I know that you've provided so much of that through your performances and through your music. We've watched you impact these rock stars in the hospitals in such positive ways. What does that mean for you? For your music to be something, one, more than just entertainment, right? It's something that can provide joy when it's needed or hope when it's needed, but as well, you're just human. You know, you deal with the difficulty as well. How does that feel?
It's very grounding, and it's one of the reasons that I do it, and it's what keeps me happy. Yeah, I think that when you're of service, that's what makes you happy.
Yeah.
It sounds kind of like counterintuitive, but when you do something for somebody else, it's what makes you happy. Kind of if you're sitting on the couch and you're feeling lethargic, the thing to do is go for a run and you'll feel better. I find that when you are of service to other people, it's almost a selfish act because you feel unbelievable and you're connected on a deeper level. And so, yeah, it's been really, really sweet. I've had a couple songs that have done exceptional in that way,
Yeah.
of being able to be of service to people that are going through something, and those are my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes sense. Well, I think the other thing, though, is just, I think there's something very powerful about that intent, you know, of being of service, of being helpful, because every day, all of us have that choice. It could be in the smallest act, you know, and I think of, well, there's a couple of kids with Melodic specifically, Faith and Tucker, that you've supported and, you know, sent love to, and it's made such a massive difference. But it's funny because while your songs are incredibly powerful, there was one, Tucker was turning 4, I believe, and you just sang him happy birthday, and it was just that act, that intent of reaching out and saying, hey, love you, thinking about you, happy birthday. Didn't have to be a super powerful song. It was a powerful moment because of your intention, you know?
So cool. It's awesome.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. So with the way you've lived music, the way you've experienced it, the way you've shared it, the way you've exchanged it with others, what's the most kind of profound or powerful music experience you've had?
You know, I just had, on my last tour, the meet and greet was really interesting, where it was like it was around this song called Wish You Pain, and it was talking all about how your pain can create your superpower, right? Like what you're going through will force you to turn into someone that you wouldn't have turned into, or develop the skill, or I like to call them superpowers, that you just wouldn't have had.
Yeah.
And so I would share in the meet and greet that I lost my mom at 25, and that gave me an empathy for other people who were going through things that I did not have. But now I've got like empathy eyes, and when I see someone, I have this context and understanding, like, well, you might be going through something really important. And I really appreciate that. And then people would share in every city. They would share, I'm dealing with this. A mom shares, like, I have breast cancer, and what it's done for me is it's given me an opportunity to show my kids how badass I am.
Yeah.
This guy, just like unbelievable, one after another. People would share, this is what I went through, and this is who I turned into because of it. And that was maybe one of the most powerful experiences of my life. Got me all set up for a year like 2020 where things are going wrong, but I'm looking at them going like, okay, so what are we getting from this? What are we going to turn this into? How do we make sure we gain everything we're supposed to from these difficulties?
Yeah. That it's not, that something wrong isn't necessarily a negative. It's an opportunity, right? Opportunity to learn or to grow or develop, like you say, that superpower. I think that's an incredibly, I don't know about healthy perspective, but it's a healthy perspective, but it's also an incredible coping mechanism, right? To be able to look at it and look beyond the pain of it to the benefit that you will get long term out of it.
Yeah, and I think even if you look at any like superhero, they have the moment where something bad happens. You know, I think it's like Spider-Man. Does he get like bit? And you're like, ow, this is the worst. Oh my God, crazy. And then from that, you go like, whoa, this is my new thing. I have all this understanding, all this learning that occurred because I had to go through this. So yeah,
I love that.
I would say anyone who's in the hospital right now, that's what's happening to you. You are building muscles in some area that you're going to come out and use. It's going to be really great.
Yeah, that's super powerful. That you're building empathy. You're building that ability to feel for somebody else, you know, which is something that, come on, we desperately need right now, is that ability to put ourselves in the other person's shoes and feel that. What with all of the experiences you've had with music, is there a single word that you can sum up what music means to you?
connection. It's like it brings people together. It's a connector. We feel less alone when there's a good song on.
Yep. That's huge, especially right now, right? As this is how we're connecting. I mean, that's missing hugs and embraces and seeing faces, face-to-face connection is massive. Do you have a song that you would like to connect with these rockstars and play for them?
Before I play this, I want to give a shout out to the rockstars. I love you all. This is shout out to Teylor. I especially love you. Faith, Kira, Mason, Luca, Fatma, Tigi, all the hospitals, Sydney Children's Hospital, Starlight Children's Foundation, Seacrest Studios, Maimonides Medical, Center Brooklyn, Children's National, Mary Bridge Children's, George Mark Children's, and Ronald McDonald House. Thank you for everything you do. I love every single person that's watching this. You are one of the main reasons I do this. Keep pushing. You're the best. It's called Good to Be Alive. Yo. Whoa, no. See, I've been grinding so long, been trying this shit for years. And I got nothing to show, just climbing this road right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he keeps bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers, something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. My dreams have come true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. Good to be alive, right about now. Good to be alive, right about now. Good to be alive, right about now. Yo, hallelujah, let that bass drum move you, yeah. Yo, good to be alive, right about now. I was dead in the water, nobody wanted me. Yeah, I was old news, I went cold as cold could be so cold. But I kept going on cold to make that fire burn. Sometimes you gotta get scars to get what you deserve. I kept moving on, now I'm moving up. Man, I'm feeling blessed with all this love. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life now. My dreams are coming true. I've been waiting for this moment. Good to be alive right about now. Good to be alive right about now. Good to be alive right about now. Yo, hallelujah, let that bass drum move you, yeah. Yo, good to be alive right about now. I almost can I handle it? I almost could get used to this day. I almost can I handle it? I could get used to this day. I think I finally found my. Alive right about now. Good to be alive right about now. Good to be alive right about now. Yo, hallelujah, let that bass drum move you, yeah. Yo, good to be alive right about now.
Yeah. So
all
good,
right.
Man. So good.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I love you to death.
Andy, man, likewise. It's so good to see your face. I'm so happy to hear you're doing well. You're getting time with your family. Can't wait to meet you back out on the road sometime and team up to bring some more love to the kids.
Yes, sir, dude. The best.
All right, buddy. Any final words you want to leave with folks before we go?
Keep pushing. Just keep pushing. You're growing something special by going through whatever you're going through. So know that.
Thanks so much for tuning in. If you're a musician and would like to join us in supporting hospitalized kids, email us at rockstar@melodiccaring.org. I'm Levi Ware, and this is the Melodic Caring Project.